Hello guys, welcome back to our third attempt at this wee one. We've improved our rating in the first try and in the second try. We're ranked number 1 in this lobby, so it's still a competitive lobby, but we've now jumped from 20th ranking in the lobby up to number 1 in the lobby. But unsure whether this race here has improved me or not, as I am ranked number 1. We've had a pretty good qualifying for the people in the room and the level. Well, if there ain't nowhere for us to go here, we get a bit unfortunate. Although if I had missed them anyway, we would have been having to deal with side by side action 3 wide into that one, so quite happy to avoid that stuff. But yeah, we're unsure how the ratings work for when you're a high number in the room. We don't know if it gives us any credit for passing guys or moving forward in the race, or how they work it out. If you're number 1 in a room and you qualify in last place and get second place, do you still lose rating? No idea. I would like to know that. It is a bit confusing as to how it operates, but again, thoroughly enjoyable race, and we were happy with our first 2 results. We went and we've tried to open a fun lobby, but no one has wanted to come out and play with us in the fun lobby. Only a couple of joiners, so there's no way we were gonna sit pretty bored in the lobby and not have a ticket at the FIA again. So we went yet again to have some more fun, and the fun has been all night for us in this one. We've really enjoyed this round. Every race was we've enjoyed how the penalties has operated in this round. We haven't had any idiots who could have just slammed into here, for example, or at the last corner, as ramming does seem to be allowed. But I'm enjoying the side contact. It's making it all about having to protect that inside, which racing is all about anyway. If you protect that inside line, you're kind of in control, and it's making guys on the outside have a lot of respect for the guys who are protecting that inside line. A bit of side by side going on the way into this one between Rapid and ES. A Sporax. We'll call you ESP, because I'll pronounce your name totally wrong, sir. Deciding to back out of that side by side. Mr. ESP is smart driving, but then he's looked back in. We've given him a wee nudge and we were panicking here, thinking, oh, Gran Turismo Sport and the famous penalty system, but we got lucky and there was no penalty handed out there, which was correct. There shouldn't have been a penalty handed out there, and we'll stay with it. As they're right here in front of us, no need for a skip at the moment. We'll head down the hill, be racing behind us. We'll hop back on board in case an opportunity arises in this wee corner, which that looks like an opportunity. It has indeed presented itself. 1 down, 6 to go. Again, we're going to have a wee skip along the straight until we get up in this corner. You're always watching, you don't have the radar and stuff on the replays, but you're always having to keep an eye on that now. I suspect you're always meant to keep an eye on it anyway. As I say, we are finding we're learning new stuff almost almost every time we're playing the game. We definitely need a bit of a practice though before our races. If we were to just hop into these races, it would be very, very hard for us to improve the rating at all. We would quickly drop down to the lower A's, I suspect, possibly even higher B's. It's you do need to have a practice once you get up into these harder lobbies. We're certainly nowhere near fast enough to be able to hop into any race and be competitive immediately. And again, having to back out of that one on rapid, but we're being tempted. We feel faster than him around that corner, and again, nothing to be had there. We'll skip along the straight. And apologies guys, as usual, for the quality of the replay. This is how we do this shit. We're bog standard. We've no experience in this. Hopefully over the years we will pick up, but we'll get this shit done in one go every time, whether we talk good stuff or talk bad stuff. Unless the video uploads wrong or there's been a mistake, you just get whatever mood we're in. If we're tired, if we're wide awake, if it's an exciting race, it hopefully gets me a bit more excited and I waffle a bit more. But hopefully over the months and years to come we'll gradually learn, or perhaps even if we continue to do it this way, this is a quick and easy way for us to make our videos and upload them. So even it's well possible for us just to improve in these ones alone, but if there's a particularly entertaining race, taking our time a bit more and maybe perhaps writing down a few notes and watching the replay once before we do it, as it is. We'll just go with the flow at the moment. Wanting a top 5, no doubt, in this one, because the pit parties that we see for top 5s are just outstanding. You name it, you could almost tell these guys you wanted a giraffe at your pit party and they would turn up with a family of giraffes for you. And again, we'll not skip it here as we're right on them. We must be thinking. I'm trying to get a move done. What do we like behind? We've got a bit of a gap behind, so maybe we won't be thinking of getting a move done. We might just be happy to chill out here and save as much fuel as possible. Watch them tires. We've still got another 3 or 4 laps left in them, depending on if we're still in a slipstream of someone. Again, we'll jump back on board because this is where the passing opportunity is really for ourselves. We'd be too nervous. I think if we were doing this race again, then every lap from here I would be going into the middle on my brake balance when I'm this close, because then it's a virtual guaranteed pass up the inside. But because we were all to the rear on the brakes, we were having to be nice and gentle on the way in here, and we were lifting and coasting. But yeah, looking back at it now, I feel like if I'm in that race again and I'm close to people like that in the slipstream, I'll be going into the middle and getting the pass done, and then immediately back to the rear. You can see how slow it feels around there when you're close to a guy. I did start to get the feeling like it's too slow, You need to go quicker. You are teasing me too much. We're going to have to have a dig at yous. We felt that slow in that wee corner. It was making us rev the car out slightly more along this straight sometimes whenever we didn't really want to. We wanted to be saving the fuel, but just in order to stay really close in case the opportunity presented itself. And again, nothing opening up just yet. It would have to be a pretty aggressive one there and a penalty handed out for the recipient of the pass, and we'll get a wee bit of luck there. They got out of our way just in time. Anyone behind us? And we'll hopefully be bringing you an update on the wee bunny rabbit soon, guys. Thomas, he's I don't know. I'm still a bit worried about him. He's not himself, but we'll hopefully get something to do with Thomas on the go soon. And up into the lead, we've stretched it out again. We're stretching this one out for 15 to make our second stint on the softs. Again, the mediums were available on this one, but the required tyre was the softs, and I didn't feel a need for the mediums at all in the race. I'm not sure how the top lottery guys would have been doing it. Perhaps they I thought to myself, is there a small possibility of anyone staying on the mediums and doing a no stopper when I first started? And I think that's not possible with the amount of fuel you had to save. I think it would have been a bit too slow. We did come into the pits a couple of times with no fuel. It said we were already on the star, but it was lying to us. We still had the auto splash, or we were in a panic. Out of the pits again, the guys doing a fantastic job today. We've had to go defensive there. There must be someone behind us. We don't want to drop down on the fresh tyres. Mid of pits, 2 penalties immediately in front of us. We get past one of them. Mr. Rapid gets himself back up to pace just in time, but 3 of them right in front of us there. We're in the fight for the bubbly. The battle of bubbly is there to be had. Rabbit drifting out, and again we're terrified. Rabbit did drive perfect there, perfect gentleman. He did leave his space, but we were on the outside and we were absolutely terrified to get close to his car at all. We're not trying to throw one at Rabbit there. We're trying to discourage other people from tagging us on the inside. We have had to drift out there and have contact with the car on the outside because of the car on the inside. We are terrified of his contact. You see his nose coming on the inside, so we open up our steering and drift out and make contact with the guy on the outside. Luckily, Gran Turismo has worked out a treat this time. Does what it's meant to do. No harm done to anybody, and there's no penalties handed out. So we've defended on our out lap. Come on, get our head down now and see if we can move forward. Again, getting very close to Rapid. Mr. Baca still behind us. Rapid going slightly defensive, but then coming back out, and we're more worried about the guys behind yet again losing their patience. And perhaps even though we were never having a go at Rapid, he has seen us threatening to have a go, and he's that nervous. He's made a mistake. Slightly defensive there, trying to discourage any lunges. And again we get over in the tight line. Oh, and there's a wee bit of mayhem behind us there. Any penalties handed out there, or the Gran Turismo do a good job yet again? No penalties there again. Maybe it's not just as bad as we all think. He said right before it happened. Lovely views again from the outside. As always, this game doesn't disappoint when it comes to graphics. Brilliant game. And we find ourselves in 4th place. That guy in front jumping into the pits. What do we like? Baka's still behind us in a very fast car. What is that? He's in the Mustang. Is it a Mustang? No, perhaps not. Not sure, don't know my cars, but we can improve on that shit in the future also. You can see we're not gonna battle with Mr. Baka. We'll jump back and let you watch that from on board with us and see how we drive. We're wanting no contact at all. We're happy to play the game and hand that spot over to him, and then we'll regret it immediately because we feel so slow in that corner, stuck behind him. But he's in a very fast car. He's hopefully going to pull us forward, and another one into the pits. It becomes a battle for the Battle of Bubbly, the non-alcoholic Battle of Bubbly, albeit for 3rd place. But remember, that non-alcoholic battle is the most highly pressurized battle. So when you squirt the winner in the eye, it hurts him. It stings the eyes right off you, and he can do nothing but stand there and smile. He can't get angry, he can't get mad. He just has to stand there and smile as if it's the best day of his life. And you know you're inflicting the greatest amount of pain with that extra pressurized battle. You get 4th, 3rd. 7 laps to go in this one. A small chance still for a 2nd place on up ahead, but kinda needing that one to start coming to us. We'll jump back on board again because we felt very, very held up the last lap with Mr. Baka around here. If we do get an opportunity for a lunge, I think we'll be having it. No opportunity this lap, but you can see we just feel like we're being held up there. And he has brought someone else into the battle now, and we're now getting nervous. We're now thinking, right, we want this off you immediately. We're about to have a nose through up the inside of us, which will hand us a penalty. So we need to be the guy throwing the noses up the inside. You can see we've revved it out more, trying to hang with Baka this lap, and that's an opportunity for sure. We'll have to leave that, and Baka will be nervous as soon as he has a car on the inside. And now it's going to be our turn to be nervous, as they're all going to be wanting straight back up the inside of us, no doubt. Or at least that's what our brain's thinking. We come over and narrow it down for them, which gives them an opportunity on the way out, but no. And I do believe we're struggling a wee bit at this stage on the fuel. and short shifting down there, and again we see Baka coming for it, and we'll play the game with him. We'll let him go, but when I know you're very slow in this corner, and we'll get the switch back and throw it up. He does manage to leave his nose there, but again, luckily, no harm done. And the three of us is still there. And again, just going slightly, and he's threw it up. Well, what's that one from on board? We must have given him a bit too much trust there. We did indeed. We've left it wide open for him, and he's hit us in the rear actually. But again, no harm done. A bit cheeky, but I think we'll maybe see. This is perhaps why we felt like he made a mistake round at this corner. He's hit us in the rear, but he hasn't wanted to lose any time, so well done Mr. Baka. I do believe right here we thought he made a mistake. Mr. Baka has maybe done that in way of apology for hitting us on the rear. It's taken most of the lap for him to apologise, but he has not wanted to lose us any time, so well done Mr. Baka there, if that is indeed what you were doing. That's how it's coming across now as I'm watching it in the replay this time. Again, we're going defensive, trying to put them off and jump outside. Two to go at the end of this one. And second place is starting to get larger in our screen. We must be starting to think, is he struggling on his fuel? He must be. Mr. Baka still right on our ass as well. Is he going to throw one? Again, we're closing fast on second position. He's definitely running out of fuel. Oh, and that was right. My goodness, the third place was about to disappear for us. But as we came out of this here corner, we'll look behind us and it worked out a treat for us, because Mr. Baka dropped the wheel. Did he get out of the pits? He did. He was lucky there he didn't throw himself into the pit lane. Well recovered, Mr. Baka. But that's how we've managed to hang on to this here. Then I suspect, is there a second place for us? Let's have a quick skip down the hill. I do believe we were panicking with the fuel here on lean mixture 6, and we dropped the 0.1 right on the last corner, so we just spun it back up and run out right in front of the line. You hear there the car running out right in front of the line. So we got another bottle of bubbly, our second bottle of bubbly of the evening. It was a thoroughly enjoyable evening this. Catch you next time, guys.